Hello, my friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Marissa, if you do not know who I am, Coach Riss, if you will. I am going to be posting a lot more on this channel. I want to talk to you guys about hormones, hormone health, periods, female things. And I feel like a lot of these things are kind of taboo in our society. It's like really looked down upon to talk about your period like in a group setting. It's like, oh, that's gross, that's not for like whatever casual conversation. But like there's a lot of things that go on in women's bodies, you know, that have to do with our hormones that if we don't understand, we could, really not understand ourselves. So I just kind of want to create a space where, we can kind of come together and talk about weird things that happen to our bodies and, ask each other questions and for support and like, I don't know. So that is why I'm here. I'm hoping that that is something that you are excited about if you are here as well. If not, no big deal. See ya. But if you're here for it, awesome. I am not like by any means like, I don't want to say I'm not professional, but like I'm sitting here with my knee up. I'm not going to be wearing makeup. We're just gonna chat. And yeah, I'm excited about it. So some things that have kind of led me to this, like wanting to talk about this with people is that I have had issues with my hormones like many women do. And it's a difficult thing to even get help for when you go see a doctor. And I'm a white woman, so I would imagine that it's a lot more difficult if you are a person of color trying to get help for something similar or maybe even something worse. So I just kind of wanted to share a little bit about like my story and why I'm talking about this with you guys. A few years back, I started feeling like around my period time, like when I was PMSing, my PMS symptoms were insane. Like I felt like a completely different person from one week to the next. And like I had absolutely no control over my emotions. And it was like, what is going on with me? I don't understand this. So at the time I had Kaiser, I went and made an appointment to see a therapist because I felt like my emotions were everywhere. It had to be something mental. Like it was insane. So I go to this doctor's appointment and it's a male therapist, and they have you fill out like an intake form that has, like questions about your mental health. And I answer all the questions for how I'm currently feeling, because that's how they're like, in the past 2 weeks, have you felt this or this? So in the past 2 weeks, I had not felt those things because I wasn't PMSing, I wasn't on my period, so I wasn't having these symptoms. And maybe I should have like filled the form out differently, but whatever. I go into the appointment and the guy looks at the paper and then he looks back up at me and he just goes, "Why are you here?" And I was like, whoa, like, where is the empathy? It felt like, oh, okay. So I kind of like start, explaining to him like the ways that I was feeling and that it was only happening around my menstrual cycle. And it was like he just like there was no it didn't cross his mind at all that it could be hormonal. Like he didn't bring it up once. I was young and like didn't understand what was going on, so I didn't think to bring it up. There's a reason why I was at the appointment, like with a therapist, because that's what I thought I needed help with. And it was so horrible. Like I can't even tell you the things that this man said to me. It was so uncalled for. Like He was telling me things about my relationship and how if my boyfriend and I weren't married yet, like we weren't going to survive. If we did get married, we would end up in divorce. And, you know, things about like my job and like my boyfriend's job and just really like things that were so uncalled for and like not why I was at the appointment at all. So that was like a horror story of a like, you know, healthcare experience for me, especially when it came to something like that I was like, this is a serious problem. Like I have a serious problem around my period. I always get so, I feel crazy. I feel like I can't control my emotions. And like to even admit that to myself and to make an appointment and go to the appointment and then have the like healthcare worker basically laugh in my face and tell me that like there's nothing wrong with you. I don't know why you're here. And then like tell me that there's a bunch of other problems with my life, but it's not my mental health, and then like dismiss me was awful. It really, really sucked. So I left that appointment. I remember calling my mom and like telling her how awful it was and being like, what the fuck happened? Like, should I like report him? Like, what the hell? And you know what? I should have, and I didn't. And I really, really wish that I had, because there's no way I could go back and find this person now. I wish I had. I think that it's really, really important that we stand up for ourselves in situations like this and we say something, because that was not okay what happened. And like I can sit back and be like, oh well, it wasn't that bad, it's not like he like hurt me or something. What? I shouldn't have to like have my healthcare worker like violate me to actually report them for something that's like not okay. So that happened. Then I just kind of pushed it aside because he was like, oh, nothing's wrong with you. So I'm like, okay, nothing's wrong with me. Just kind of try to keep living my life. And, you know, that's like when I went vegan, I lost a bunch of weight. I started feeling better, you know, about myself. And like, it was no big deal. Like, I felt better. So I was like, okay, maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was the extra weight that I was carrying. Like, the doctors always told me I needed to lose weight. Maybe that was it. But eventually, like, I started to feel like shit again. And I was like, man, every time around my period, I start to feel like shit. And that is like around now. It's been a lot of years and I've done a lot of research and I've learned a lot of things about myself. And I definitely have a doctor's appointment to like chat with someone who hopefully will help me with the situation. I'm not going to take no for an answer, and I'm definitely going to like stand up for myself. But I think that I know what's going on. And I kind of just want to talk about it a little bit because it's something that a lot of women deal with and not a lot of people know that they have it. It's called PMDD, or premenstrual dysphoric disorder, I believe. I need to double check that. But I am pretty convinced that this is something that I suffer from, and I'm really hoping that there is like some kind of medication or something that can help me. I don't really love taking medication, and I would really love some other type of natural way to, you know, treat symptoms of this. But it is called premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I was right. I'm going to read the definition. It's a severe form of premenstrual syndrome that includes physical and behavioral symptoms that usually resolve with the onset of menstruation. So when it says physical and behavioral symptoms, that sounds silly. For me, I get really, really anxious and really, really depressed. Like really, really depressed. And you know, I've been in situations before where I've been depressed like for long, you know, bouts of time because of a specific situation that I've been in. But this is something that comes up every month and it rocks my world and it is not fun. And I just think that it is absolutely outrageous that so many women suffer from this and no one like even knows about it. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. I it's really bizarre to be like talking about this and putting it on YouTube. So I would really appreciate some, kindness. If you have questions or like you have, issues with something that I say, I would love it if you took it up with me instead of like, you know, being an asshole. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a fabulous day. I hope that this can open up some kind of discussion, whether it be about, I don't know, the healthcare system and how sometimes they don't listen to us, or, about mental health or hormone health, whatever it is. I'm here for it. I would love to chat with you guys about it. So if you have questions, comments, anything, leave it below. If you are feeling this type of stuff and you want to learn more about it, I'm definitely going to post some videos about like our cycles and what's going on with our hormones during our cycle when it's normal. I'm definitely like really excited to share those things with you. So if you are excited for it, please subscribe and hang out for a while. Yeah, I hope you guys have a fabulous day. That is it. See you next time.